I'm not someone who believes in ghosts. I'm not superstitious. I don't jump at shadows, and I've never had any reason to be afraid of the dark. But after what happened behind my new house last November, I don't think I'll ever sleep peacefully again. This is a true story, and even now, months later, I'm still trying to convince myself it was just my imagination. But deep down, I know it wasn't. Last year, I moved to a small town in northern Michigan. I'd been promoted at work, needed a quieter place, and the house I found was perfect, cheap, spacious, and backed up to a huge stretch of woods. Everyone in the neighborhood said the same thing. Don't go too deep into those woods after dark. I laughed it off. I thought they were joking. The woods were beautiful in the daytime, tall pines, soft moss, a little walking trail that wrapped around behind my property. But at night, something about them felt different. Still, too still, like the entire forest was holding its breath. I ignored it at first. My first red flag happened on my third night in the house. Around 1:30 a.m., I couldn't sleep. I kept feeling this strange pressure, like someone was standing outside my window. I got up, made coffee, stepped onto the back porch, and froze. There were footprints in the frost-covered grass. Bare footprints. Not boots. Not shoes. Bare human footprints leading from the tree line toward my house. And none leading back. They just stopped. Right at the edge of my porch. The distance between steps was strange, too long for a normal stride. Like whoever or whatever made them was taking unnaturally long steps. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. In the morning, the neighbor, an older man named Tom, saw me staring at the footprints. He just shook his head and said quietly, "Should have filled in that back trail. Things wander out of there." He didn't explain further. A few nights later, I heard something. At first, I thought it was the wind, a low, vibrating hum, almost like a deep voice humming a single note. But when I stepped outside to listen, the humming stopped. I walked back inside. It started again. Not loud, not threatening, just a soft, steady vibration, like someone humming into the air directly behind my house. I turned off all the lights, stood completely still, listened. It was coming from the trees, not in the distance, not far away. It sounded like someone was standing just inside the tree line, humming at an almost human pitch but perfectly flat, with no breath breaks. No human can hold a note that long. No human hums like that. I called out, "Hello? Anyone there?" The humming stopped instantly. And then, something stepped on a branch. Not a heavy step, but close, very close. I ran inside and locked the door. By this point, I wasn't sleeping well. I kept dreaming about those woods, dark shapes, whispering trees, open-mouthed shadows. One night, around 3 a.m., I woke up to a soft tap, tap, tap on my bedroom window. I didn't move. My window faces the woods. Another tap, tap, tap. I slowly pulled the curtain to the side, just an inch. There was someone standing at the edge of the backyard, right where the woods start. A tall, thin figure, not moving, not shivering, just standing, facing my window. I blinked and they weren't there anymore. No running, no walking, just gone. But then, I saw something else. Two pale, white eyes, halfway up the tree trunk. Not glowing, just white. Staring, unblinking. I dropped the curtain so fast the rod rattled. I didn't check again. This is the part I still can't explain without my hands shaking. It happened exactly a month after I moved in. There was scratching at my back door, slow, deliberate, like someone dragging a nail across the wood. I grabbed my phone, flashlight, and opened the door a few inches. Nothing. No wind. No animals. Just cold, silent air. I stepped outside, flashlight shaking in my hand. That's when I noticed something in the snow. more footprints. But these were different from the first ones. These weren't human. They were almost human, but too long, too narrow, and too deep, like something tall and heavy made them. They circled my house, a complete circle, and every few steps, something else. Handprints, long-fingered handprints, pressed into the snow, as if the thing had walked on all fours halfway around the house. I followed the prints until they reached the tree line, and that's when I heard it. The humming, louder this time, vibrating the air, shaking the branches, and then a slow, dragging exhale. Not human, not animal, something else. I stepped back toward the house slowly, keeping my flashlight pointed at the trees, and then it stepped out. Just one step, but enough for me to see it. Tall, too tall, thin, like its bones were pushing against its skin. Its head tilted at a strange angle, like it didn't understand how necks worked. And its eyes, God, its eyes were the same pale white I'd seen on the tree weeks earlier. No pupils, no movement, just shining white emptiness. It took another step toward me. The humming grew louder, so loud I felt it in my chest. My legs gave up. I stumbled backward, hit the porch, scrambled inside, slammed the door, and locked everything. The humming stopped the moment I shut the curtains. The next morning, I went straight to Tom's house, the old neighbor. Before I could even speak, he said, "You saw it, didn't you?" I didn't answer. I didn't have to. He nodded slowly and said, "Those woods go back farther than you think. There were stories before any of us moved here. Don't try to make sense of it. Don't try to watch for it. Just don't go out after dark." I moved out the same week. I didn't sell the house. Didn't pack much. I just left. But here's the part that still keeps me awake. Last week, months after I moved 3 states away, I got a notification from my old doorbell camera. Motion detected. Back porch. 3:14 a.m. When I opened the footage, the camera was pointed upward, like something tall had picked it up and turned it to face the woods. The last frame shows the dark tree line and 2 pale white eyes looking straight into the camera. I don't go near forests anymore. I don't sleep with the curtains open. And sometimes, late at night, I swear I still hear humming. Low, steady, never stopping. If you ever move near a forest, especially an old one, don't ignore the warnings. Some things live in the dark that don't want to be seen. And once they notice you, they don't forget.